Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in another episode of the Quran in English, Basics for Beginners. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. O you who believe, Ya ayyuhalladina amanu. So various instructions have been given because you must remember it has taken time for the Prophet ﷺ and through the Quran to change the manners of the entire society. Remember, we are talking about 1400 years ago, Bedouin Arabs who had to now learn various types of rules and regulations and good manners and etiquette and culture. So people used to just walk into each other's house or from the outside scream and shout. So these are some guidelines as to what is the proper etiquette and behavior, and especially with regard to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, right? O you who believe, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, enter not the Prophet's houses until permission is given you for a meal, and then not so early as to wait for its preparation. But when you are invited, enter, and when you have taken your meal, disperse, without seeking familiar talk. Such behavior annoys the Prophet. He is ashamed to dismiss you, but Allah is not ashamed to tell you the truth. Now, there were several incidents that happened. One was when the Prophet ﷺ was newly married, and the people sat for hours and hours and hours. And on other occasions, remember, everyone wants to meet the Prophet ﷺ, but he is also a human. He needs his own private time. He needs time to pray. He needs time with his family, with his wives, and he's also going to give time to the community. But as we all know what happens, one visitor comes, before that visit leaves, another one comes in. One goes away, another one comes in. One goes away, another one comes in. And every time visitors come, you need to prepare trays of food and cups and sauces and food and so on. And so the people of the household become very exhausted. And this also applies, I think a modern example of that from where we must learn from this is, for example, if there's an illness that strikes a person's home, or if a person wants to go for Hajj, and we find that now his family wants to go for Hajj, and we find that the 4 or 5 weeks before that, every evening someone and someone will be coming, one after another, so that the people who are planning to go for Hajj, they don't even have time to pack their bags, and by the time they are on that plane, they are so tired and exhausted. So the way some people have overcome this problem is they announce to their family and friends that, dear family and friends, we are planning to go for Hajj. Inshallah, this Sunday between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock, we're having tea, and whoever wants to come visit, please come visit during that time. So then you're giving the people a specific time to say, can you please all come at one time? Because we also need time for ourselves. Similarly, you'll find sometimes, and these are all good things, people will come out of the kindness of their heart. You get a person, for example, who gets cancer, and people will come running to their house night after night after night. It's not a problem if people want to help. That's fine. That's always welcome. But many people will just come and sit for hours and hours, and then they will be talking about other things, the latest soccer scores or the latest business deals. Meanwhile, the hosts of the family, the wives in the kitchen, they are tired every night after night, every weekend, visitor after visitor, trays of food and samosas and tea. And then the ill person is suffering, the household family is suffering. So once again, there is an etiquette and a rules of conduct which we must also understand. Try and phone beforehand. Ask the family, is the patient okay? Is it okay? Can we come today, or when is it suitable? And maybe the family will say, you know what, on Saturday afternoon, all the family people are coming. Can you all also please come on a Saturday afternoon, or for example, Sunday? So then the people know, okay, we would like to visit the sick person. Let's go all on a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday. And this is just basically common sense and courtesy and good manners. Similarly, when you have been invited to a wedding, please don't go late to a wedding, because the people have prepared the meals for everyone On the one side, the chef or the cook doesn't want the fire to go off. He doesn't want to overburn the food as well. If it says, please be seated at 7 o'clock after Maghrib, as a belief means let's start the function at 7 o'clock. Don't start the function at 9 o'clock, which is our tradition. We must not say that is our tradition. Allah has given us time, and time is a very valuable commodity. So if it says 7 o'clock, the MC of the wedding must say, can everybody please be seated, because we are now starting the program. 7 o'clock means 7 o'clock. If the function is supposed to start at 9 o'clock, then please mention that on the wedding card to say, you know what, we are only starting the function at 9 o'clock, so don't waste your time. Please, everyone come at 9 o'clock. So as a belief man, so we must have some courtesy, because there are some sick people in the community, some people who got diabetes, who need sugar, some people, then there's many babies and children who can't wait until late at night. And then you can't expect to eat food that's dished out at 9:30 at night or 10 o'clock at night, right? So these are just basic principles of guidance and etiquette. Now, in this particular case, people would just come in and out, and they would annoy the Prophet ﷺ, but because he was such an outstanding human being, a soft-hearted human being, he didn't have the heart to tell those people, for heaven's sake, I need some time for my family. Your guys are sitting here and you're just talking and talking and talking. Can you please stand up and go? But no, sometimes we try and give indirect hints. We stand up or we say, tomorrow I got an important meeting, or I'm tired, I had a difficult day. No, some people are not interested. They'll sit till 1 o'clock in the morning by your house, or 2 o'clock in the morning. Right? So these are the type of things that annoy the Prophet ﷺ. And in this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had to then send on a verse, so that every day these companions are reciting this during their salah, and they are remembering that, we better change our way. We must become honorable people with the best of morals and manners. And this is what people forget. Islam is not just about the 5 principles. When you ask people about Islam, it's, the 5. No, that's not Islam. That is just the beginning. But the things that people forget, the foundation of Islam is social justice, and secondly is good manners. Without good manners, you cannot be a good Muslim. So social justice, that means look after the poor, the widows, the orphans, look after those in need, and have the best of akhlaq, morals, manners, have the best of manners. That is the basis of Islam, right? So let's just start again. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. O you who believe. Enter not the Prophet's houses until permission is given you. Until now, in between, the English is not all that clear for me to read it. Sometimes I'll just add a word there. That does not mean I'm changing anything. It's just that it's easy for us to read. So, for example, I'll say, O you who believe, enter not the Prophet's houses until permission is given to you for a meal, and then not so early as to wait for its preparation. But when you are invited, enter. And when you have taken your meal, disperse without seeking familiar talk. Such behavior annoys the Prophet. He is ashamed to dismiss you, but Allah is not ashamed to tell you the truth. And when you ask his ladies for anything that you want, ask them from before a screen. That makes for greater purity for your hearts and for theirs. Nor is it right for you that you should annoy Allah's messenger, or that you should marry his widows after him at any time. Truly, such a thing is in Allah's sight an enormity. So the wives, the widows of Nabi Sal'lal'laa'hu A'layhi Was'sallam, no one should marry them. Why? Because they are regarded as our mothers. They are the Mu'mineen, the mothers of the believers, and they have a very, very high and honorable standing. Whether you reveal anything or conceal it, verily Allah has full knowledge of all things. You cannot hide anything from God. It's very important for us to remember as a defense, alright? There is no blame on these ladies if they appear before their fathers. or their sons, or their brothers, or their brothers' sons, or their sisters' sons, or their women, or the slaves whom their right hands possess. And ladies, fear Allah, for Allah is witness to all things. Stay well, may your life be full with barakah, blessings, abundance, and afiyah. Alhamdulillah.